Visit tcgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Send us your bulk in exchange for Evolution Booster Box. Visit TCG Castle or check video description to learn more. Hello and welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video we'll be looking at Mega Venusaur-EX deck. So Mega Venusaur 230 HP Grass Beast evolved from Venusaur-EX. So the first card I ever pulled from the booster pack, the first pack in the base set, was a Holo Venusaur-EX. Holo Venusaur, not the Holo Venusaur-EX, and that was just mind-blowing. And I really like the Venusaurs. I really like those first generations starters. They're just amazing. So Mega Venusaur-EX, 230 HP Grass, 4 Retreat Cost, Fire Weakness, 4 energies, 4 Death, Crisis Wine, Attack, 3 Grass, 1 Colorless energies, go for 120, your opponent active Pokemon is now paralyzed and poisoned. So this deck can actually be built around Clavitzer with the Rainbow energies and the Mega Turbo support, so you can attach 2 energies per turn, but the lack of those Hex Maniacs and Garbodors might just totally devastate you. It can be built around those, I guess, Crushing and Enhanced Hammers just with the Mega Venusaur, and it can be pretty much built around Wobbuffet with the Mega Venusaur. Those are some combinations that I actually built. At the end, I end up publishing just the one for now with the public version, and this is my public version that I actually decided to publish. The Mega Venusaur based around just 4 Mega Turbos and 4 Puzzle of Times, pretty much very aggressively try to get those Mega Turbos turn 1, attach as many energies as you can so you can turn 2 go with your Mega Venusaur for that Crisis Wine. I mean, even Max Elixirs can help a lot, but I really want to have some other consistency and more supporter cards like a Hex Maniac, like Olympia, like a Center Lady, like Ranger. It's really good if you have supporter cards in your deck. So 10 Pokemon's 40 trainer cards and 10 energies, 60 cards in total. So I'm running 2 copies of Shaymin for the setup, 4 tree line of the Venusaur because I really want to start with the Venusaur, not looking forward to start with my Hoopa or Shaymin. 3 Venusaur Mega Evolutions and 1 Hoopa for that Ring because I can easily set up my Mega Venusaurs at turn 1 with those Shaymins. From the item cards, of course, as usual, 1 Escape Rope, 4 Mega Turbos for that maximum energy boost, 4 Puzzle of Time so I can repeatedly and recycle use those Mega Turbos, 1 copy of Super Rod, pretty much shuffle 3 in any combination of Pokemon basic energy cards from your discard pile back into your deck, 3 Trainers Mails, didn't find a space for the 4th one, 4 Ultra Balls, 4 VE Seekers, and right now moving on to some supporter cards. As you can see right here, I'm running 7 different supporter cards and 12 in total. Going first with the Hex Maniac because you never know when you can use it. It's a very good card to shut down those abilities on opponent Pokemons in play. 1 copy of Lysandre. I really don't need 2 of them because once you can hit with the Crisis Wine, your opponent will just stuck in the active position with Poison and Paralyzed, so he's not going to be able to retreat without Switch, Escape Rope, or Olympia. 2 copies of N, so we can shuffle hands and draw 6 new cards. 1 Olympia, switch your active Pokemon with bench, Pokemon heal 30 damage from that Pokemon on your bench. Very good card, I really like it. 1 Center Lady, so we can heal 60 damage from our Pokemon in play and also remove special conditions. I really like that. 1 Pokemon Ranger, it's a very good card. It will prevent those Glaceons from that Crystal Ray. Also 4 copies of Professor Sycamore. From Stadium cards, I decided to go with 3 Forests of the Giant Plant and 1 Pearl City so I can get rid of the Pokemon with the damage from my bench, but also I can remove those unnecessary Hoopas and Shaymins so they can't be easy target. 1 Float Stone in case I need to retreat, 3 Spirit Links, and pretty much 10 basic Grass energies. Only card that can actually be tagged in this deck, I guess, can be Mr. Mime to prevent those Evil Tals with the Friday Night and with that annoying 60 damage spread on the bench, just in my opinion. But pretty much anything else I wouldn't change, pretty much nothing. So as usual, the deck is pretty strong in my opinion and it works pretty good. So definitely I'm happy with it. I even managed to beat some decks that I actually actually have advantage against me, like fire decks, like Volcanion. I mean, it all depends on your opponent and how bad or how good he can draw. So it's definitely good, but in my opinion, Probably it's not going to be that competitive as some one of you would probably expect to see. So let's do some game tests so you can actually see how this deck will work in action. So see you in the game. Okay, so waiting for my opponent to call the heads or tails so we can go with the game. I'm starting first, so I'm playing against weakness. This is definitely going to be a very big challenge. Not the basic Pokemon. Oh, Typhlosion on the other side. Okay, this is going to be easy for my opponent, I guess. If I win against Typhlosion, I'm definitely going to be happy. But probably that's not going to happen. Probably that's not going to happen. So I'm starting with 2 Venusaurs, Spurtling and Parallel City, and Forest of the Giant Plant. Not the worst start, I guess, but not the best. I can tell that. So there's one Turn Flame. I guess I'm going to put that Float Stone, Trainers Mail, Forest of the Giant Plant, and we'll play my N. Alright, so N for 6. There are 2 Mega Turbos to be played. This looks pretty decent. If I have Hoopa in my deck, this can be very good turn 1 opening, I can tell that. So 1 Hoopa-EX for something like Mega Venusaur, Shaymin-EX. Alright. So I can put down another Venusaur on my bench. I can Mega Evolve my Venusaur on the bench. I can have 2 Mega Turbos turn 1 for that Mega Venusaur. So I already have 2 energies on it. Then I can have my Shaymin-EX for 6. This is definitely very explosive turn 1, but unfortunately against weakness I'm not going to be in good position. So there's even one more Mega Turbo, 1 Trainers Mail for the Escape Rope. Well, this looks pretty good, pretty damn good. 1 energy to be attached, 1 Escape Rope to be played, and that's it. I'm going to pass my turn. So turn 1, 3 energies, I'm happy. I'm definitely happy, especially if I can knock out his Cyndaquil and prevent him from being able to evolve into Typhlosion. That's definitely going to be very important. There's a Skyla, so he can easily grab Escape Rope, Float Stone, whatever he needs to be able to retreat his Cyndaquil from the active position, I guess. Or the best thing he can do is to maybe search his deck for Ultra Ball or something like that to put another Cyndaquil on the bench. That's even more important to have that rare candy Typhlosion for the next turn. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to recover from that by any means. There's no way. I mean, I'm playing against weakness. I did good turn 1, I can tell you that, but not sure how I'm gonna be able to keep in this matchup for more than like 1 turn. So it's my turn, and the top deck is gonna be just another Professor Sycamore. I'm going to play my Ultra Ball here, just to see what else I have left in my deck. Well, there's another Venusaur to be taken. I see 4 Puzzle of Times and 7 energies, which is very promising. Let's go with Sycamore for 7. Something like maybe Parallel City wouldn't be that bad. So there is another Mega Venusaur, Grass Energy, Trainer's Mail for Pokemon Ranger, or the Ultra Ball. I guess I can take that Ultra Ball. And it's time for Crisis Wine. And it's time for the knockout. So 120 Cyndaquil is knocked out. Turn 2, tons of damage with my Mega Venusaur, but let's see if he can respond somehow, fighting back with Typhlosion and knocking out my Mega Venusaur. So pretty much he needs 2 energies of 5 as the top deck to be able to knock out my Mega Venusaur. Okay, there's a M. So I need that Lysandre so badly so I can Lysandre his Cyndaquil and knock him out on the bench. This is very important at this moment. Oh, so he misses the opportunity to attack here. And I'm definitely looking forward. 142.80, well, it's pretty much the same. I'm going to discard my Hoopa and my Shaymin from the bench. Do I want to play my Sycamore? Well, I guess I want, because I really want to get that Lysandre. Oh, there's a Lysandre. Okay, guys, there's a Lysandre. So right now, this is very important. Crisis Wine will knock out my opponent Terraflame, but all he really needs right now is a rare candy, one rare candy, and Typhlosion, pretty much to clear my Mega Venusaur from the active position. I have some energies in my hand. Oh, there's a Skylab, so this might be it. This might be finally it. So there we go, the moment of truth. Will he be able to get 2 energies from the next 5 cards to knock out my Mega Venusaur? If he missed the opportunity to knock out my Mega Venusaur, I think this is game pretty much over for my opponent, but we'll definitely see. There's a rare candy, Typhlosion, and right now he needs to strike. Oh, one more Fire Energy attached, Massive Eruption. Oh, last 2 cards were 2 energy cards. That was so close, but unfortunately not enough. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. That was so freaking close. Okay, so what to play next? How many energies? 5 energies, 6 energies, 8 energies. I guess I need 2 Mega Turbos right now. That's pretty much all I need. 2 pieces of puzzles. Oh, there's a 1 piece of puzzle, but there's a Shaymin-EX, so there's a pretty good chance that I'm gonna be able to hit 2nd piece of puzzle here, guys. So 1 Ultra Ball for a Hex Maniac and the Grass Energy, so this can be it. There we go, guys. This is pretty much over for my opponent, I guess. Maybe. Maybe. It will definitely be very close. I have only 1 card left, and I need to play my Mega Turbo, and I need to play 2 copies of my Puzzle of Times to take another Mega Turbo, I guess, and pretty much something like, let's say N. But it pretty much doesn't matter because I'm probably going to deck out myself. It's all about if my opponent have the opportunity to put something on his bench or not. So 120 with that Crisis Wine, I have 4 cards, he's poisoned, he's paralyzed, he can't attack. If there's a Verbank City Gym in play, the game would be over. Unfortunately, there's no Verbank City Gym. Can he pretty much gets another basic Pokemon on his bench to continue going on with this game? I don't know, but I hope he's not going to be able to do that because... Oh, there's a Skylab for Ultra Ball, for Cyndaquil, for pretty much a game. And it was definitely very close. But I'm still not over because I have that Super Rod in my hand. And I guess I should take maybe... I don't know. He's down to like a 1 card, and there's Energy Recycle. I have Super Rod. I guess I should take maybe another piece of puzzle. I didn't think well when I was taking that N. So my turn for that Super Rod, which is very important. Let's bring back some energy cards. And I guess I can just use my Crisis Wine. So the top deck for my opponent, let's see what he can get. 1 grass energy, 3 grass energies, and another N for me. I'm down to like 3 cards. I have a B Seeker for that Lysandre. The top deck for my opponent can be everything except for the supporter card, and the game is over. So I can't simply believe that I managed to win against weakness, against Typhlosion with my Mega Venusaur. So I'm 100% happy how this deck actually ends and perform at the end. So definitely very enjoyable to watch in my opinion. So the game is over, guys. Oh, I simply cannot believe in that. Okay guys, let's do this. So I'm starting 2nd, looks like, because I lost the coin flip. And that means that there's a possibility to attack on my turn 1 with my Mega Venusaur. In theory, it's possible, but probably it's not gonna happen. So I'm running not the fastest build you can have. Probably with those max elixirs you can even have more consistency attaching those energy cards. But the biggest concern for me is if I don't start with my Venusaur in the active spot. But luckily I managed to find another one, but actually two of them, and there we go. So there's one Ultra Ball for me, which means that I can grab Hoopa-EX, and in addition to that, set up pretty well. I also have N in my hand, just in case if I will need draw 6 new cards. On the other side, it's maybe Mega Skeptile, maybe just a Skeptile-EX with your Mega Break, so this is definitely going to be very interesting. So since there's a Float Stone and the Fighting Fairy Belt, I wouldn't be surprised. I would be actually surprised to see Mega Skeptile. So it's just a Skeptile with your Mega Break, maybe even Arietto. So Birch Observation for only 4 cards, unluckily for my opponent, which is actually a good sign for me. Maybe he even puts that Forest of the Giant plant for me in play, so I wouldn't be in bad position if he do that. I mean, I have 1 energy for attachment, but probably I will just throw it out with my Ultra Ball so I can Mega Turbo it. Alright, 1 grass energy. And my turn, so nice. Top deck another grass energy, which means that I will probably just Ultra Ball both energy cards in my discard pile, and will take that Hoopa. So I have only 2 Mega Turbos in my deck. Okay, so that means that the 2 Mega Turbos are priced. 7 energies in my deck, so I'm running 10 in total. That means the 2 Mega Turbos and 1 energy is actually priced. Alright, so we'll take 2 Shaymin-EXs here. For that draw support, of course, and basically I have only 2 Ultra Balls left. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is basically I'm going to play one of my Shaymins for only 2 cards setup. Not looking forward to play that Puzzle of Time yet. Alright, so there's 1 Float Stone, and right now I'm going to play that piece of puzzle to rearrange something as the top deck. So 1 Parallel City, Sycamore, and Shaymin in this case. Pretty much doesn't really matter, I guess not too much. None of these cards I really want to use, so I'm going with my Sycamore for 7. I'm searching for that Mega Venusaur, Spirit Link. Oh, there's a piece of puzzle. But unfortunately for me, I don't have another piece of puzzle, so I can't grab Mega Turbo or anything else from my discard pile. So this means that I'm going to pass my turn pretty much here because I didn't draw good. I can't Mega Evolve because I don't have Stadium in play. So that means only one thing. I stuck with my Venusaur in the active position, and I really want to move it somehow. So there's a Sleep Poison actually, just for the 10 damage from my opponent, so I get pretty lucky here. That means only one thing. I'm going to Mega Evolve and play my Trainers Mail to see what can I get here. Oh, just a Center Lady, I guess. Okay, not the best card, but at least I can attach 1 more energy on my bench it. A Venusaur, and I guess I can use my Hex Maniac. Maybe not, since I didn't play a single V Seeker yet. I'm going to play my Ultra Ball here and just grab another Venusaur for my bench. There's Olympia, so I'm gonna be able to retreat somehow. Even there's another Escape Rope in my deck, so if I can find something like another piece of puzzle, I can easily grab, let's say, Parallel City and something like a Mega Turbo, so I can power up my Mega Venusaur, or I can just grab with another piece of puzzle. Oh, there you go, there's a Forest of the Giant plant, so I really like that. Can he find maybe 1 more? Okay, there's another level ball, probably just for another Yanma in this case. So far, I guess I'm standing pretty well because my opponent didn't manage to do more than just a 10 damage with that Sleep Poison, so he's missing some energy cards. But even supporter card, okay, right now he can use Unseen Cloak, which can be, okay, there's even V-Seeker for another Birch Observation, maybe 4, maybe 7, depending on the coin flip. It's going to be 4 cards. That means that he can even retreat and strike with his Assault Beam for 50, if he wants, of course. Unseen Clown for 60, because I'm not affected with any special condition. My turn is going to be top deck Lysandre. Definitely want to Lysandre his Sceptile on the bench, just because, I mean, he can retreat for paying 1 energy retreat cost, but he first needs to have energy in his hand, of course. On the other side, I really want to maybe survive a few more turns with my Venusaur in the active position, because it's very important to be able to set up my Mega Venusaur so I can use my Crisis Wine. So far, I'm not able to attack. That means only one thing, that I will definitely need supporter card as the top deck. So, 1 Mega Turbo is in my discard pile, 1 is in my deck. Okay, so I managed to survive somehow. There's 1 Mega Turbo as the top deck, but unfortunately that's pretty much it. I mean, I can play my piece of puzzle to rearrange the future, to see the top 3 cards, but I still want to maybe better draft that second piece of puzzle, because right now it's not very important to play that piece of puzzle, but maybe I should do that on my next turn actually, and basically see what I can get with the next 3 cards. Okay, there's a Spirit Link, so let's do 1 piece of puzzle. Okay, so 3 more turns I wouldn't draw supporter card, so I just decide right now to use my piece of puzzle, attach my Spirit Link to my bench, a Venusaur, and pass my turn. So right now I know that the next card is going to be Professor Sycamore. I just need to find a way to retrieve my Venusaur from the active position, and this is definitely going to be either way 1 Olympia or 1 Escape Rope. So far, nothing for my opponent. Okay, I see some good cards here, like a Trainer's Mail for the piece of puzzle. So I guess I'm going to take that piece of puzzle if I can find maybe another one. Let's see. Nope, not even close. But that V-Seeker is going to be pretty good. 1 Ultra Ball for 1 Venusaur and 1 Pokemon Ranger, so I can grab another Mega Venusaur. And this is pretty much it, my friends. 1 Mega Venusaur, 1 Grass Energy on my Mega Venusaur on the bench, and I'm ready to pass my turn. So for the next turn, I guess I have option to go with my V-Seeker for N, and this is pretty much the thing I'm going to do, because I really don't want to discard my piece of puzzle, because I will probably need it later, especially to use those Mega Turbos for 2 free energy attachment when my opponent managed to knock out my Mega Venusaur. Definitely not going to be easy task for him, because I also have those Center Ladies in my deck, so I can heal pretty much easily damage from my Mega Venusaur. But still waiting to see what he can do. He definitely stuck with his Sceptile in the active spot. I don't see the sign of the energy card for the retreat. There's another Sceptile-EX. So Float Stone on the Sceptile down to the bench. And there we go with the end. So actually he helped a lot right now in this situation. So I'm going to get Olympia. There we go. So right now I can actually have that very important free retreat and strike for 120 damage with my Crisis Wine. And the most important thing is that his Sceptile in the active spot will be paralyzed. This is the most important thing, my friends, right now. So, oh, look at this. He managed to sleep me, but I managed to wake up and I managed to play my Olympia for that retreat, which is very important. And I can also heal 30 damage from my Venusaur. That's the most important thing. 1 Grass Energy on my another Mega Venusaur and Crisis Wine. Finally, after like 10 turns, I managed to power up my Mega Venusaur, and right now his Sceptile is in very, very big trouble, because if he's not going to be able to retreat, he's definitely going to be in a very bad position. I do have my V-Seeker in my hand. That means only one thing. I can grab that Center Lady and I can heal the damage that my opponent can do to my Mega Venusaur. So he's definitely in a very, very bad position right now. I can definitely tell that. So let's see what else he can do. I mean, he only played 2 Birch Observations, 1 N and 1 Level Ball. So definitely not the best hand for my opponent. I can tell that. On the other side, I go through my almost 80% of the deck, even 90% of my deck. So I have a V-Seeker here, but I don't need it. I just need to go with my Crisis Wine, knock out my opponent Mega Skeptal here, oh actually Skeptal, and pretty much draw 2 prize cards, 1 Spirit Link and 1 V-Seeker, so not that bad I guess, because I can get rid of some of the cards from my hand in case of the end, but I also have 2 V-Seekers. That's the most important thing. Running those V-Seekers and keeping them in my hand will definitely give me the opportunity to basically heal the damage from my Mega Venusaur after my opponent strike with his Mega Break. I mean, the best thing he can probably do, okay, there's a N, is to try to use Sleep Poison and hope that I'm not going to be able to find that V-Seeker for my Center Lady. That's the best thing he can basically do. That's just my personal opinion. And then actually next turn try to use Unseen Club, and then I'm gonna be poisoned and I will not have the another attacker in play ready to attack, and then he can just retreat and attack with his Mega Break. But of course, if I use my Crisis Wine, he might not gonna be able to retreat. It all depends if in that case I'm gonna be able to wake up or not. So there's 120 damage, a big damage output from that Mega Break. And I'm definitely forced to play my Sycamore because I really need those Olympias, Mega Turbos, and stuff like that. So I have 2 Puzzle of Times, and I have 2 energies. That means that I can grab 2 copies of Mega Turbo, and I can easily play them. So I don't see reason why I wouldn't do that. And power up my another Mega Venusaur. There we go, 2 pieces of Mega Turbos for exchange of those 2 pieces of puzzles. I really like those Puzzle of Times. They're just so badass cards. And I also like those new Mega Evolutions from the Generation 1. I really enjoy playing them. I'm a big fan of them. So Spirit Link, just for the last cards in my hand, and Crisis Wine for 120 damage. So the next turn, he's not going to be able basically to attack. At the beginning of my turn, his Mega probably going to be knocked out. That means only one thing. I'm going to use my V-Seeker and pretty much use Olympia to retreat with my Venusaur from the active spot down to my bench. In that case, my opponent not going to be able to knock him out because I will have only 90 damage in it. And the maximum damage output he can do is 120. Not even sure how he hits me for 120 in this case. Because, oh yeah, with the Salt Beam. Yeah, correctly. With the Salt Beam, he strikes for 120. So there we go with the Spin Arc. And he finally managed to get that Spin Arc. Maybe he can somehow put the poison also on my Venusaur. But I'm Grass. My Mega Venusaur is Grass Attacker, so probably Ariados will not be very effective. So there is one more Grass Energy, and his Mega is knocked out. Alright, so there we go. Mega Turbo number 5. Okay, so basically I can just one-hit knockout. Oh, there's another V-Seeker. Let's go with Olympia. Down to the bench, just to remove some damage counters from my Mega Venusaur. And this is definitely going to be an easy knockout with my Crisis Wine. I don't want to attach my energy just because I don't know if my opponent maybe will be able to Lysandre my Shaymin on the bench, so that's the reason why I don't want to do that. There's an Ultra Ball. If he play N and I miss the opportunity to get V-Seeker, I can just find 1 energy and pretty much retreat my Shaymin. So I managed to knock out his Spin Arc. I would call this as a bad decision for my opponent, probably. Maybe he could just promote that Yanma in the active spot, but who knows? He knows the best what he has in his deck. I have 2 V-Seekers, that means that pretty much I have victory in my hand. All I really need is V-Seeker, one of his Skeptals on the bench, hit with the Crisis Wine, and pretty much wait for my opponent to pass his turn, because if he does not run Escape Rope, Switch, or Olympia, he's not going to be able to do pretty much anything else against my Mega Venusaur. So definitely Definitely, Mega Venusaur is a good card. It can strike for tons of damage, it can leave you poisoned and paralyzed, so if you don't have Switch, Escape Rope, or Olympia, you will definitely stuck in the active position without a chance to recover. That's for sure. So, waiting to see what else he can do here. There's a Lysandre. Okay, so he Lysandered my Shaymin. The best thing he can do is basically strike with that barrier break only for the 100. So he's short for 10, and that means only one thing. I didn't attach energy card, and I did a good call here. That means only one thing. Right now, I can use my Grass Energy onto my Shaymin. I can play my V Seeker for Lysandre, and I can basically Lysandre one of my opponent Skeptiles on the bench, retreat down to my Venusaur, and pretty much hit for the knockout. And this is pretty much it, guys. GG, and I managed to win this game with my Mega Venusaur.